We all know that the GST is not payable on notice period recovery. CBSE also clarifies that the GST is not payable on notice period recovery. When there is a clarification, it means law is there from the day one. But what is the reason that the GST is not payable on notice period recovery? See, what is this contract of employment? That the employer and employee agrees that when the employee is leaving the company, he or she will serve the notice period of 1 month, 2 months, what is decided in that agreement. However, in the employee is saying that no, I will not serve the notice period, I want to leave the company now. Then the employee is breaching the contract, breaching the employment contract. Any payment made for the breach is a penalty or fine. What is liable under GST is consideration for performance of contract. Performance of contract is a supply. Any amount received for performance of contract is a consideration that is chargeable to tax under GST. A breach of contract cannot be equal to the performance of contract. Any payment received for the breach of contract cannot be equal to consideration. Therefore, the GST is not payable on notice period recovery. The same logic applies to the liquidated damages also. All types of penalty, fine, interest on interest, etc. The same logic applies. All money received is not a consideration. You have to independently see whether this is a consideration in return, quid pro quo, in return to the supply. Each transaction you have to evaluate separately. I will tell you from where the confusion is started. The confusion is started from this entry of Schedule 2, Clause 5E. Schedule 2 of CGST Act, Clause 5E. 1 minute. Let's go one step back. When you will go to Schedule 2, you will go to Schedule 2 only when the condition of Section 7 are satisfied. That is, it is a supply. At the first, it satisfies the condition of supply. And then you will go to Schedule 2 to see whether it is supply of goods or supply of services. Without that, without satisfying the condition of Section 7, you will not go to Schedule 2. Now, what is this entry? Agreeing to obligation to refrain from an act or to tolerate an act. Let's take one example that I am having a restaurant. There is a college near to the restaurant, offices. A very good business is going on. Another person comes to open a restaurant next to my restaurant. So I entered into agreement with him. We don't open a restaurant next to my restaurant or within an area of 1 kilometer. I will pay you 1 crore rupees. Here, the performance of contract is not to open a restaurant within an area of 1 kilometer. I am entering into agreement with that person to refrain from opening of a restaurant. Not to do a particular act is a performance of contract in this agreement. Therefore, the GST is payable on this transaction. And that is what is this entry is. In notice period recovery, there is a breach of contract. In this contract, not to open a restaurant is a performance of contract. Therefore, the GST is payable. There is a difference. Hope you have understood. If you are having any question, these are my contact details. You can contact me and ask your questions, any question relating to GST. Thank you.